Yeah, bring you up. Yeah, come on.
Okay, welcome everybody to Let's Talk About Sex question and answer part 4. Mad, absolutely mad. And we are here today with Kaz and Sylvia from Crew 2000. Can you give us a wee wave, gang? And a new special guest, Alex from Crew 2000, who joined us last week for our Let's Talk About Online Dating, and we've managed to convince to come along to the question and answer with some priceless wisdom and knowledge, I'm sure. We're also joined by 2 get-together volunteers, Mary.
Hi.
Hi, and Robert.
Hi, babe. Yo, dude.
Who have volunteered to answer you guys' questions. We are so blessed. I love it. So, are we ready to kick off with the first question?
Yeah, let's go.
Right, let's do it. Mary?
So if a relationship doesn't work online on face-to-face, how do we make that better with the other person and within ourselves as well?
Right, I think that's one that I'm going to pick up on, Mary. And I thought about this question and I came to the conclusion that if you look at the word relationship, to relate on a ship, to be shipmates, beyond just being friends. And as Forrest Gump told us, life is a box of chocolates. Only what he didn't say was, not all sweeties have got soft centres. Some people prefer to have cheese and biscuits or a fruity cocktail that's nice and fresh. So self-love and care about ourselves has to come first and foremost, because we can't share from an empty vessel. And if we're taking care of ourselves and loving ourselves in a relationship, but we feel that it's not working, we maybe need to look at, are we needing to spend more time with friends or family? Or are we needing to boost that quality of time with our partner? Perhaps spend a bit more time in conversations with that person. Find out, are they self-loving themselves? Are they taking care of their vessel? And to certainly always open into conversation if we think that things aren't going well.
Are people that do online dating just for like the physical act of pleasure of sex, or is it used for something else?
That's a good question. I think it's used for lots of different things, and that's okay. It's all right if you're online dating looking for somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, and it's all right if you're online dating looking for a shag. What's not all right is if you're not being honest about what you're looking for and you're misleading people. Like, that's never okay. And unfortunately, being online means that sometimes you can't always pick up on how people really feel, or sometimes people might be deliberately misleading you. So most dating sites now, when you're online, you can pick from a selection of what kind of relationships you're looking for. So it'd be like just friends, casual dating, hookups, long-term, lots of different things. And you can filter the results by people who've checked the same thing. So that's a really good way of kind of getting rid of people who just are looking for something else. The other thing you can do is make it part of kind of your initial chat with someone. Ask them what brought them to the dating site or the Facebook page, or the supermarket, wherever it might be that you come across someone, and listen to what they say. Never assume that you can take more from someone than what they say. If someone says they're looking for a hookup, that's fine, but you have to take it at face value and accept that if someone just wants a shag, it's probably not going to end up being the romance that you might want. And vice versa, if you're just looking for something casual or you're looking for something serious, always be honest about it up front, because there's no wrong or right thing to look for online as long as you're being honest.
I completely agree with that. And my final question is, as this is actually a great personal question for me, as someone who identifies as asexual, how do you make it define yourself? You just want a friend and not a lover? You just want it to be completely platonic and actually a companionship?
Yeah.
a really strong friendship, but none of the delicate, none of touching of intimate areas that obviously are off limits. Somebody of my sexuality, how would you put that across delicately and candidly, but also tactfully?
Yes, set boundaries, that there's not any jiggery pookery going to be happening.
Yes, exactly.
I'll start off, then Alex and Kaz can pick this up. Some sites will let you select this as an option, just as friendship, and not as shaggership. If not, state it clearly in your profile so that people can see, and where people can see it and have a chat with the new people about what they're looking for as well as what you're looking for. So make it quite clear in your profile what you want, and you just want friendship, because friendship, as I say, is different to lovership and shaggership.
Yeah, absolutely. I say as well, some sites are really great now in that they've got a much broader selection of sexualities you can pick from. So it used to be, you could be straight or gay online, but now some sites like OkCupid in particular, you can check a box which says that you're asexual, and you can filter out people who aren't comfortable with that or don't understand it. The other thing you can do, I think, which is really important, is think about maybe putting up, like, if you're comfortable doing this, you could put up an asexuality flag or something like that. If you don't want to just talk about it like a check in the box, and you want to give someone a couple of actual sentences about you feel, then think about what things you do and don't want in a relationship and lead with that. You don't have to say I'm asexual, because that might invite questions that you don't want to have, but you can say I'm looking for a friendship. If you want something that's romantic but not necessarily physical, state that. Be like, I'm a romantic person, but I'm not interested in any kind of physical form. Just take time to think about what you want, state it clearly, and stick to your guns.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. That's
And
fantastic.
not everybody knows, but the word celibate is also stating that fact, that you're not looking for intimacy, but that doesn't mean that you're not open for friendship that can be deep and long as lasting. It's just that you're not interested in sex.
Thank you so much.
What's up, Robert? You got any questions for us?
Is that safe to do online, and do you always have to pay on your debit card or pay money?
I think it's in two parts. So is it safe going online? Yes and no. Just by going online from the safety of your own home and having a browse, you're not going, like, nothing bad's going to happen to you. But there are risks about putting your information online, because it can make you vulnerable to people who might misuse it or try and access your money or something like that. So on dating sites specifically, but also as a general rule, think about, like, not using your personal information. Don't put your address or your phone number up where just anyone can get it. Always be mindful that the person on the other end might not be who you're talking to, and don't share too much information about yourself before you know who it is. A good rule of thumb I heard recently from a young person I work with is, I don't say anything on a dating site I wouldn't be happy for my mum to read until I'm totally sure I can trust the person on the other end. And I thought that was quite an interesting way to put it. So that particularly applies to things like if you're sharing nudes or flirting or anything that just might be something that you'd rather keep between you and another person. Make sure you can trust the other person first. In terms of always having to pay, so there's kind of two different kinds of dating sites. There's like a subscription dating site where you pay monthly, and then there's a dating site where you can sign up for free, but usually they have like extra features that you have to pay for. So let's say you'll sign up and you'll do your profile and you'll message someone, but you won't be able to see everyone's messages immediately without paying. There are some free sites, but the freer the site, the more chance there are that there'll be people on it who might be trying to make a little bit of money. So you might sometimes get like bots. Like, have you ever come across, had a chat with someone somewhere and it just seemed a bit weird, didn't seem like it was a real person? You know, it's like when you call those customer service bots and you can tell that the person you're talking to is not really a person, but it can be difficult to tell sometimes. So it's really important to never ever give out your payment information except through a verified screen. You know, like the verified by Visa screens that pop up. And if you can, have a look at the terms and conditions before you put any money in. The other thing you can do before you use the site is literally just Google it and have a look at the Google reviews and see what other people have said about it. Because if somebody's had money taken out their account they didn't know about, had something go wrong on a site, chances are they'll have put it up in the reviews. So that's a really good place to start if you're not sure.
I had a personal experience where I had joined a complex post-traumatic stress disorder group set up over in America, and one of the members contacted me privately through personal messenger, and that person did try to get money out of me, and obviously I recognised what was happening, and I instantly got in touch with the admins on that group. And it transpired that there had been other members had been approached also for money. So it highlights just how vulnerable we all are out there. So taking care is important and being very mindful and aware that it might not be who they say they are.
Yeah. Wise words.
How do I make a good dating comfortable?
Well, first of all, you've got to be absolutely clear about what you want. Don't make it too long and don't make it too short. Be honest. Have fun while you're doing it and making your profile. Use a picture. Because surely there's a picture somewhere that we can, even if it's a funny picture, we can do that. But we can talk more about this if you'd all like to join us with our lovely Alex at her Savvy online dating session on the 9th of December. So if you're curious and you want to hear more, let's just get on this about making a profile. Okay, Robert?
Yes.
Well done, that was excellent, both of yous. Really,
Yeah.
seriously, well done. Because yous are making this happen for the whole group out there.
Mhm.
For our lovely get-together volunteers, we wouldn't have been able to do this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very
Thank
much
you.
so.
And to Crew 2000 for yet again being fun.
Thank you. Thank you
Shipmates.
so much.
So much easier to answer a question from a real person than off a list. So thank you guys
Yeah.
very, very much. That was really fun.
Not at all. My pleasure.
Yeah. Bring you up.